Something you might not know about me, regardless of how long you've been watching me on this channel, is that I've actually been making YouTube videos way earlier than before this channel started. Way back when I first started transitioning, I joined a lot of these trans collab channels. I don't actually know if people still do them, but what they are is essentially when a group of people share one channel and each of them will upload a video on a different day talking about some sort of trans-related subject. And so about a month ago, my dad decided to send me a link to this video I made in October of 2011 that's titled In 5 Years' Time. Considering 2016 is almost over and this is marking the 5-year point, I thought it'd be really interesting to go back and watch some of these videos and see how I've changed both physically and also mentally and emotionally. Let's start with the initial video. This is called Connor in 5 Years' Time.
I really have no idea where I want to be in 5 years' time.
My voice is really high.
I guess
my voice is really, really high.
Me is that I become more and more involved in YouTube community and in the anime community and maybe other kind of stuff.
Which I've done more YouTube. I've definitely done more YouTube.
And for me, that's really all that matters, is doing what you love.
Still true. Still
and
true.
Continuing to do what you love. But yeah, I'd like to have time to do what I love to do in 5 years. Sorry, it's short and not very interesting, but that's all I have to say.
Don't end a video saying it's short, not interesting. I am so small, and my voice is so high, and my face is so chubby. It's kind of cute, but weird. I don't feel like, maybe I don't look that different. I think I look very different. Could be the quality of the video too. But anyway, on to the next one. What should we watch next? This one should be interesting. There's one, it's 5 minutes long, so it's a little bit longer than some of the other ones, called Being Outed, which I think might have come out around the time I was outed in high school. I'm not positive, but we're about to find out.
So being outed sucks. School wouldn't have been an issue if the rumors hadn't started, and I think it was one of the sophomores that used to go to school with me back in middle school who started talking about me and spreading things, and that was terrible. So if somebody were to come up to my friends and ask them, is Connor actually a girl or is Connor trans or something like that, I would want my friends to tell them to come talk to me. I
gotta give my 13-year-old self credit. I'm kind of amazed that I had the maturity to be able to tell my friends that if somebody asked them questions about my transition, that they should come to me. I really think I just wanted to be able to speak for myself and to sort of take ownership of my own story, which I didn't really have at the time. I did one on swimming. That should be kind of interesting because I was binding at the time. So let's see what I had to say about that.
Hello. So it's Wednesday.
Wearing the worst hat.
And, I've gone swimming a lot in the past with my friends, more so before my transition. Definitely after my transition affected how much I swim.
Oh my god, it's my dog! Oh my god, Simba! I still have him.
Doing water sports.
He looks exactly the same. He hasn't aged a day.
I got a swimming binder. The binder is just the upper half, but it has kind of a vest over that you zip up.
That swimming binder was hell. I could count on one hand the number of times I wore that swimming binder. It hurt. It made it hard for me to breathe. I also had this bad habit of wearing another binder underneath it because I'm stupid. The longer and longer I was pre-top surgery, the more and more I hated swimming. You can tell this is kind of just at like the beginning of the whole process, but it got bad towards the end. It got very, very frustrating. I did one called Dysphoria.
Okay, sorry this video's up so late, but I've had the
I feel like my voice got higher.
Okay, let me start over. I went to my grandparents
My voice definitely is higher between this video and the one I just watched. That shouldn't be freaking me out, but like...
staring at me. My mom and dad are,
huh.
My dog is,
Sound like a baby.
So dysphoria sucks, and you get it a lot when you're trans. You become really uncomfortable with your body, you know, changes you're going through, puberty, anything like that. I'd say my top 3 for me are my voice, though it's pretty low. I just still have to watch it all the time, you know, especially when I laugh, because my voice can get kind of higher when I laugh. The laugh was definitely something I struggled with up until relatively recently. I'd say just like a year ago. I have a very interesting and nuanced laugh. It can get very high-pitched. It can get very loud, and I did not like it at all until about a year ago when I think I just learned to say screw it and enjoy the fact that my laugh in itself is kind of funny and tends to make other people laugh as well. But it's definitely one of the more feminine things about me. I think at a time when more of me was feminine than I would have liked, that was just one added thing I didn't need. But as I kind of became the balance of masculine and feminine that I wanted, I was able to sort of accept that aspect of me again. So that's one way I've definitely grown.
That dysphoria does suck, and it's important to be personally comfortable with yourself, but something you also have to be careful of is make sure that, you know, you're not hurting yourself. Don't bind so tight that you leave scars, you know.
I did leave scars. I don't have a lot, but there's a few. They look more like stretch marks than scars, but they're there because I binded too much.
Everybody who drives by is like staring. Whatever, I'll get used to it.
You can hear when I let my voice go. I got surprised and I stopped monitoring how I was talking, and my voice got higher. Yep, that would happen sometimes. I hated it when that happened, but it would.
Don't sacrifice too much of either one. You should be in the middle, because you're never going to be completely happy with who you are, but
that's false. You can definitely be happy with who you are. It's a place I think I've gotten to personally. I have my bad days, but you can be happy with who you are. That's one idea of mine that's changed, I guess. Here's one. It's 5.5 minutes. It's called Trans Pros and Cons.
Obviously, the cons are numbered very high compared to the pros, as there's dysphoria, a lot of uncomfort. You know, for me, it makes me kind of scared to meet new people.
That's true. I was a very quiet kid when I first started high school, and a lot of that was because I was afraid of being outed or of somebody not liking the fact that I was trans.
The pros are definitely you gain a lot more maturity and you know a lot more about yourself than a lot of people your age, and honestly, I'm very proud of that. This has become a part of who I am. I think everybody has kind of had these stages, both when you first realize that you're trans and when you first come out as trans is when you start to go through these processes of, you know, is this actually happening to me? Oh my gosh, you know, it's happening to me. And I know when I first realized I was trans, I went through a lot of saying, oh, why me?
I kind of forgot that there is sort of this stage of like weird fever dream when you first come out where it doesn't quite feel like it's real, just because, especially for me, I'd spent over a year sort of waiting to be able to come out. So it's, yeah, God, that was the stage I forgot even happened. Now, of course, it just feels like my average day-to-day. Like, I can't imagine what it would be like to not be trans. But there definitely is this weird in-between period that takes adjusting.
You know, some people might ask, well, do the cons weigh out the pros? Yes. That's simple, but it's
Well,
the
that's
question
true.
for me is, you know, do
Well,
the cons
yeah.
weigh out the fact that this is who I am and this is who I'm always going to be?
Ooh,
And you should
spill that tea, baby, Connor.
Even though your comfort level is very low at times, realize that that happens to everybody. And the best thing you can do is learn to fall in love with who you are. You know, obviously there are things that can be changed through hormones and surgeries and things I want changed through hormones and surgeries, but you gotta realize that there are some things that are gonna stay that you might not like, and you just have to realize that that's who you are, and you gotta learn to love it. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Shit. Oh, loved that. Loved every bit of it. So there you go. That was, I'll call it part one of this sort of flashback series. I can definitely see the ways that I've changed and learned and grown. Hopefully you can too. If I edit this well, you can too. I noticed through watching these that the other collab channel I was on, which is called Trans Teen Network, still exists. So, part two of this little series is not a series. Part two of what I'm currently creating, I think, is going to focus on what I made for Trans Teen Network, and we can keep seeing the ways I've changed. But this was fun. I like this. Weird. A little weird. I hope I got hotter. I think I got hotter. That's all I got.